Okay, awesome. So we are back after 2 years or 1.5 years. I don't know. This is Dotty Talk, and now we are calling this show Late to the Party. Why late to the party? Don't ask. We are just late, and we are back. And today we have amazing. This guy is actually helping a lot of photographers all around the country. Most of the top photographers from around the country, they send their films to get developed over here. And this guy is called Yash Yeri. He's here to explain us, tell us everything about film developing, about film cameras, and about all type of films and chemistry and chemicals and whatnot. And we are going to get a lot of knowledge. Let's enjoy this podcast with Yash. Yash, thank you so much for coming with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Most welcome. It's been what हम लोग कितने टाइम से बात कर रहे that we'll have you on the podcast. I think 1 साल तो हो गया मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है 1 साल से I've been trying. And last time when I met you at that photo walk is when I actually spoke to you in person.
उसके बाद we are just continuously.
Yeah, I think we are then in conversation. Thank God last time I sent you one of my films to get developed, and that's why like अब तो आजा भाई आना ही पड़ेगा. Good.
But yeah, I mean it's a very nice thing that this happening because it actually helps me and also helps a lot of people to reach me and for me to reach them. It's a bit essential as well. So I'm glad it's happening.
I'm glad you're doing this because क्या बोलते हैं ना, there's so many doubts what a lot of people they have, and this is one question what everybody has in the world of digital. Why shoot film? What do you have to say about that?
Why shoot film is it's a very complicated question because I feel in any sort of creating art, medium matters a lot. So I feel film is just a medium. I don't know why shoot film, but I would say that shoot it because the process is very magical. If you are someone who likes intentionally creating something,
True.
it is definitely a medium which will help you.
100%.
And because photography is an art which I feel that it's very vast because for a lot of people it's just a fun thing, and not a lot of art art mediums are something where people feel that, oh, this is just fun, I'm gonna do it. As photography is like that for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is hobby, it is fun, at the same time the most expensive hobby one can have.
People do it commercially, people do it as a hobby, people do it as a party fun, people do it as seriously creating art for personal usage. So it's a very vast medium, I feel. And why film? To be very honest, in the digital age, my only answer would be shoot it, because if you are someone who likes intentionally creating something, and if you really like to depend on yourself while creating what you want to, then yes, please choose the medium, because that is going to help you focus on only primary things that are important. Yeah, I feel that's the reason for me as well. For me, I think I like the physicality of the film, because
Physicality as in to hold the film in your hand after you're done developing.
to even have the files, like I would consider negatives as a raw file, and these raw files are physical for me.
True.
Like every time the result might change whenever I'm scanning or printing, whatever I'm doing, because it's a negative, I'll have to convert it. Either I'm printing, I'll maybe have some other ideas while printing the same negative next time in the dark room. So all those things for me matters a lot, because then I have all sort of controls while creating one photo, and even the process is a bit lengthy. So the time, it's like I would say it's like having an affair. Like the more time you spend, the more you have more involvement into something. So it's the same thing. The more time you spend over one image, you're more involved into it.
True, very true.
So that's where it becomes more personal for you, and also something that you feel a feel of it, you think about it.
Okay.
Whereas if it's very quick, it just doesn't matter a lot.
I completely get it, because I also make sure that everybody who's assisting me, if they first learn how to shoot on film, and then also teach them how to develop them, because it's a process and it shows the hardship कि कितना tough है to get into photography. I mean, digital photography is very easy at this point of time, but before digital, if you can just understand what our ancestors has done, so that we can actually do this on a phone right now, it's crazy to learn that. And kudos to that, very honestly. And that's why I really love film. And there are many other reasons, of course, but yeah, film.
Learning it hard way is always the better.
100%, 100%. I went other way around. First, I learned digital, and like in 2016, 17, probably I just thought कि नहीं यार, ये भी आना चाहिए. This medium is also very important. इसको सीखने में मजा आएगा. And ever since then, I've been hooked on to it. अब जाके मैं थोड़ा मैंने कम किया है film पे, because film has become very expensive at this point again. But I mean, I still shoot a lot of my commercials, a lot of my campaigns on film, no doubt about it. But अब थोड़ा कम किया है मैंने, but I still do it. Anyways, keeping this aside, I want to ask you first question: why did you start developing film? Like, what did you feel that? Why did you feel that you had to start this business in 2017? You started, or 2018? You started?
Technically 2018. 2017, it was like on August 5th, I decided to just start it out as a page and all those things. And that time it was more of a initiative where I wanted to just explore the, you know, the little commercial side of this, that how is it exactly gonna work? Because I had no idea what is the commercial side of this.
Okay.
As I would say honestly, I started shooting on film as a medium was in 2017 early.
Okay.
And
Did you learn something, or you just did everything on your own?
in photography?
Yeah.
No, in photography, I did my education from School of Photography, Pune.
Okay.
So
So they also taught you how to shoot on film.
nothing. It was a proper commercial college where they only taught us business, how to do business from your photography skills and all those things. So yeah, I was doing the commercial. I was enjoying the commercial part of photography. I guess for a year in 2016, I started. For a year, I was enjoying and did a couple of good shoots with good brands. I'm more majorly into fashion and people, nothing on the product food side, majorly into fashion and people. And yeah, so I was enjoying it, but then for a reason, the process wasn't very fruitful.
Okay.
For some reason, I just felt that okay, this is something okay, fine, but what else? What else can I really do about it? Because the process was very simple. Go shoot. You have a retoucher. Get it retouched. Do your own color balancing and all those stuff. And you try to give it your own touch. But it is all after that. While creating, it is just a very mundane thing to just do it once a week or twice a week. So that was not really fruitful. I wasn't enjoying it. And so I had my college friends in Pune, and we were exploring this part on YouTube where what exactly, all these iconic images, all those things. Why do this feel special? What was the special about it? I mean, although it is not just the film that made it special, but there was a trend going on YouTube at that time that let's make film as a very fascinated part of photography. So they were doing so we saw a lot of videos where these things were happening, like showing iconic images of photographers. Those were shot on film. What sort of film? Why these darkroom prints are so brilliant? What amount of work goes behind it? Then we decided to just jump into it, buy things on our
You
own.
also have a partner.
No, we were not partners.
You're just
We were
friends.
just friends exploring.
Okay.
Exploring on our own. We were just friends exploring on our own. So we decided to buy things, and we bought a lot of things like even enlargers, everything.
And this is happening in 2018 or 17?
This was in 2017 early.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
This is another time when you plan to do business. You're just
no, yeah, we were just trying to learn. I mean, I'll tell you honestly, like even my first film camera was a Mamiya 645, which I bought from Bangalore, and I got it on OLX. Okay, nobody would believe I got the Mamiya 645 for 15,000 rupees.
What?
Yeah, on OLX in Bangalore.
I paid $18 for that.
Yeah, over 15,000 I bought it. I went to Bangalore, took a bus from Mumbai, went to Bangalore, and that person, he actually left his camera and all his things in Bangalore and went to US, and he was just giving up. He didn't wanted to work on the camera, and also he gave me a scanner as well as a gift. It was a Canon scanner, some Cano scan. I don't remember.
You still have it?
Yeah, I still have it.
Does it work?
No, I'll tell you a funny thing. I didn't have it. So it was with my friends in Pune, and for some reason it didn't work later. And just 2 months back, someone donated me 2 cameras and the same scanner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's coming back to you.
Yeah, it came back to me, the same scanner in a brand new condition and 2 cameras.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was my first camera.
How does this work? Canon scanner.
It is it works like a normal Epson flatbed scanner.
Flatbed really?
Yeah, but it's a very low resolution scanner.
Oh, got it.
It was not meant to have any sort of professional results out of it.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, continue.
So my first film, even I shot my first film from the bus which I was coming back to Mumbai.
Okay.
I shot my first film over there.
Okay.
In my entire 4 years of photographic journey at that time, I've never thought of shooting a button switch intentionally.
Yeah.
Okay, just because it is having a nice light falling on it from the window. I've never thought about it. Because why? Why would I do that? I don't know. But somehow, to test a new medium and to test something that was very new to me, I didn't know how it would react. Because for me, after watching all those YouTube videos and all those things, the camera and film was very special. I thought it would create magic on its own. Yeah. So shooting those switch buttons, then taking curtain shots or curtain silhouettes and all those things. I've never done that. Never. I mean, it was never my thing. I've always been a person who would imagine a model or something somewhere going anywhere. I've never done that. And it was very fascinating. Later, I figured out that it was something that is teaching me something new.
Maybe it is teaching me aesthetic.
Something, yeah. Or at least it is forcing me to try something that I had never explored. And so then I got it developed from a lab in Mumbai itself.
The Idea Lab.
They were the only one doing.
So they have never stopped developing ever.
No, they have never stopped developing ever. I mean, they are also someone who worked at a very known lab, and then the owner just, he decided to not, take the business ahead and just close the doors of the lab, and then they decided to
Reopen it again after some time.
somewhere else. I mean, this idea is not something which was owned by the same person. Idea is owned by people who were working there. That's, I am guessing, because that's what I have heard.
Some of my first color films, I got it developed there only. Back in 2018 or 19, I shot some Kodak Portras and I got it developed from there only. So that's the only time I worked with them. That's about it. Nothing else. Uske baad mein kabhi nahi usse pe, that's about it. Yeah.
I mean, they're very good people. Definitely. See, the difference you would feel working with them and working with maybe anyone who is of our age, or maybe someone who is between 29 to 35, is that these guys have come from a background where they have learned all these things, film processing, but they don't have a photographic background in general, right? I mean, they might also have a photography background, but not like what we have. They were not creatively into it. And this is more like a business and more like the job part for them. So that is where the outcome is very different.
Very different. Possible. But now at this point of time, so there are a lot of people who have started to develop.
Yeah, it's about accessibility.
Yeah.
A lot of people have access to getting chemistry, tanks, and all those things.
Mm-hmm. But not all the old labs are opening. These are all new freelancers, people like you and me, and then they are starting everything at home. That's what I'm assuming at this point.
Yeah, that is happening. That is happening because, like I said, it's very easy to start
Okay.
because what you need is just maybe a little bit of shout out.
Yeah. Well, that is possible these days. वो मिल जाता है वो तो.
Shout out, then what you need other is some things like developing tanks, pools, chemistry.
That's not a big expenditure, very honestly. I have everything at home. सब पड़ा है मेरे पास. Yeah.
So it is not a big thing to exactly buy. It is not a very big thing. So yeah, I mean, it is possible. A lot of people are doing it. It is possible because of that, the accessibility.
But do you feel anything threatened like this for your business?
See, not threatened. I'm happy that people are exploring it. But I also believe that every person, even me or even you, we always think that there is some other person who is better than us,
100%.
right? So, for example, even if you are retouching your own images, and if there is something very important happening, you would give it to the retoucher who is better, right?
Always.
That is how it works.
I always have like 3 to 4 better retouchers than me, of course. And if it's a big project, always give it to them and then they will do the whole thing, right?
Yeah, but that is how it works for me as well. A lot of people, even if they are doing it their house, or even if they are going somewhere which is nearby them, or giving it to someone who is processing it from their house or with minimum equipments, it is okay for me at the moment because I am happy people are exploring the part. At least, yeah. I mean, from the business side, it does affect somewhere,
Okay.
but it is also helping new people join in, right? And even if they explore the home developers or all those people early, I'm okay with it. I don't mind. Maybe later, if they find that there is a certain quality or there is something that I'm offering, they might come with their important projects to me.
Got it.
And maybe then later, whatever the business or whatever it is, it would be okay.
Got it. But how did you actually, where did you think that this is what you want to fix or solve a problem? Why did you actually think that this has to be a business and not photography? Like, I know you're a photographer too, but then you ended up being a developer who's also developing all the film, and you're doing black and white C41s, and then you're also doing the slide films, which is a tough one. So what and why did you actually think that this is where you want to be, and how does it actually solve all the problems for you? Also, are you able to sustain properly, because you also have a family to run end of the day? Yeah.
Uh, so to start with, as a photographer, I never enjoyed earning money from photography.
Okay.
As it at least doing jobs for photography, going on a shoot, setting up things, and just all those things that you do to make money out of photography, I never enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I still continued it till the point of time that I thought that this is something which is giving me a balance where I'm not going away from the photography at all.
Okay.
And I might I was more happy that I would deal with photographers rather than, as a photographer, I was dealing with people who had no clue of what exactly photography or in general is.
Hmm.
So I was more happy that I'm dealing with photographers, and there would be more photographers who would be talking with me. It gave me some pleasure, and there were then slowly there were many reasons to stick to it. Like there's one reason that I found, and every maybe a week I just read that reason somewhere on my phone or somewhere, that the I'm privileged that I see your photos or anybody's photos before even they see. Like it's a very huge part.
Yeah, it's a huge part. Yes.
Like
You get to see the raw files.
everything, whatever the person is gonna do, I have a little bit of control over it. Then I also have gained a certain trust that the person is handing over me the files that.
And they are trusting you with all the final output what they are going to get.
So I feel privileged about it, that I'm doing a kind of job where I am looking at something where even the person who owns it isn't looking at it.
Mm. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's actually a good one. I never thought of that in that way. Yeah, that's a nice one. So, like, how do you gain the trust of a photographer? Like, for me to gain a trust in a developer, like we develop in my studio only, right? And then every time when it's a very important photo shoot, I'll be like, nee, let me develop it on my own because I know what I did, and I want to go like 1 minute extra or 50, 30-second extra or whatever, or maybe less. How do you gain that kind of a trust with the photographer when they call you and they tell you that this is the film, but then this is a 400 ISO film, but then I've shot it on 800, and what exactly is the conversation like with photographers?
I think gaining trust is just a trial and error thing,
Okay.
because that won't happen until and unless they will start giving me the job, or they'll start handing me over films. Because trust तो पहले ही gain करना पड़ेगा. It is not something which will happen later.
Double later.
Trust पहले ही gain करना है, and that only happens with word of mouth. Like maybe someone who is working with me has prior experience, and the person who is going to hand me over the film is a good friend with him, and then he trusts him, then he trusts me. Trust तो ऐसे ही मतलब yeah, it happens only this way. There is no other way to it. Conversations are majorly there are so many things, many different things. Like a lot of photographers really do it just because they find it a bit cool to hang around with the camera, which doesn't show any images, and the same feeling maybe which I had, that the entire feeling is so special that the medium would create some magic for me, that thing. So maybe that's the reason a lot of people come to me and they don't really have idea about what is going to happen with their film.
So they don't have much expectations.
Yeah, so for a lot of people, developing is printing.
Mm.
There were also things where people don't really understand what negatives are. Yeah. They think like a lot of time I get messages like, have you couriered the scans? So I mean, I don't really get into the detail part, but yeah, I just try to solve it some way,
Okay.
because or else the matlab 120 film will never be 120 film. It will always be a 120 film.
Yes.
Which is not possible in this
In this era,
at least matlab 120 film is not possible.
True. So, मतलब अभी you also do prints. There's no doubt you have an enlarger and you're printing also. So, what kind of who are the do we have any like big photographers in your portfolio right now? Like good ones who we might know of?
See, I did have couple of photographers, but like I told you back then, like 2 3 years, 2 years down the line, yeah, 2 years down the line, the setup I had was not really that professional, which I had, and even the machines and all those things. So it created a bit of lag in turnaround times. And then also, they what they expected is something very different, because 2 years back, even printing was a bit new for me. I was also learning. So I can't really blame them that what they expected from me was wrong, because they have their own expectations, and they send their films to Paris, UK, and all those places. So they have certain expectations, because the people work there for on their prints are roughly printing from last 15-20 years.
And they're like the OGs one. They're
I
not.
mean, yeah, they it's their daily job,
Yeah.
right? They have exposure to everything.
And they don't have to figure out something. In India, we are still trying to figure out certain things. We don't have so many chemicals what you want, to be very honest.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay.
So all those things. Yeah, so I did have, like photographers into my list, and I still have some of them, but not a lot of them really stick to prints. People who were sticking to prints were different, and for some reason, I'll definitely try to get back them. But for that, I'm still, just trying to build a full-fledged color printing setup. I do color printing as well, but only for selective clients, because that again, color printing is time taking, and it then a lot of people just come with a certain timeline, and then I can't deliver it into that time.
I can got it.
So, with like photographers, I believe, I mean, there were like A-listed photographers who got in touch with me, and they wanted to process their films, print it, and there were a couple of them who also did the job. But I believe there are two things. One, that the kind of speedy output, and even the experience that counts in with the printers and processing technicians abroad is nothing with what I have.
Okay.
I mean, I would be honest, but I mean, that is not something about that I don't know things what they know. I do know things, but it's also
The
about
equipment is not there in
it's
India.
not that, but I would say, as a client, I would always go to someone who has the experience, rather than who is talking that he knows what.
He knows what.
Yeah, right. So I think that was the reason where maybe a lot of A-listed photographers are still sending their films abroad, and all those things happen. But yeah, I do believe, even when I was doing photography, like practicing photography commercially, I believe that fetching A-listed clients or big brands is not something that is going to help me grow,
Got
because they will give me more limitation as a creative. Rather than working with brands who will grow with me, would give me creative freedom, and also help me create something that means something to both of us.
both of it.
And that is happening same here, where I'm working with photographers who are working commercially, who are doing practices as an artist, and like they have certain audience. They're obviously not like 50, 60 years old, so they don't have, or even 50 years old, so they don't have that kind of audience which a lot of A-listed photographers would have. But yeah, I am helping them, they are helping me to grow. So that is how it is working for me at the moment, and I'm happy with it. Although once like I have some plans, if those plans get succeeded, and maybe we'll have a proper, like a lab which is someone's dream, would be there in Mumbai
But
someday.
do you want to start like a big lab right now?
Yeah, I am planning to,
Okay.
because I believe there is no such full-fledged pre-press, and also processing, printing, all those things.
Where will you get the equipments from if you
I mean,
start
it's about sourcing things. I'll have to source from other different countries. There are certain websites which can help me.
Okay.
There are certain stores abroad who could ship all those. I mean, it's a tedious process. It's not an easy thing like importing other things, but yeah, I mean, it is possible, and that's what holding me behind that. It is a tedious part. So managing funds and all those things come together with it.
True, very true, very true.
Yeah, I do have a plan to start a a complete automated processing setup, then a pre-press lab, and also a full-fledged darkroom printing rental and all those services. And I'm sure I'm aiming at it in the coming year for sure.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing it because I believe even in the Middle East there is no such lab
Hmm.
who will have technicians who know the creative part,
Okay.
and there is no such lab even in Middle East or nowhere in India.
I'm not sure if we have any labs in the Middle East. We have labs.
There are labs, but not such lab who would cater professionals.
But tell me one thing, like there must be back then till 2010. I know that India was developing films, and then there was a lot of things happening, right? एंड आई थिंक बस 5 साल का ही गैप हुआ है इंडिया में देखा जाए तो 2015 के बाद से तो फिर से पीपल लाइक आइडिया वाज स्टार्टिंग ऑफ अ गेम एंड आई रिमेंबर इन हैदराबाद देयर वाज दिस वन गाय ज्योति आर्ट स्टूडियो he also restarted his developing even though he stopped it within a year or so but then he also started in Hyderabad back then I remember in 2015-16 he also started तो ये बस 5 साल का ही पॉज रहा था देखा जाए तो अगर इफ वी सी तो इन 5 सालों में इतना क्या बदल गया कि सारे के सारे इक्विपमेंट चले गए या फिर सारे के सारे जो भी मशीनरीज थे लैब्स में इंडिया में दिस इज ऑल वैनिश्ड और डू दे एग्जिस्ट एंड देन यू वी डोंट नो अबाउट इट व्हाट डू यू नो
द मेंटेनेंस आई फील एंड ऑल्सो ये जो बिजनेसेस जो वैनिश हुए या फिर इन लोगों ने इनके मशीन्स वगैरह सो बहुत लोगों ने तो अपने खुद के मशीन्स मतलब रस्ट ये भंगार के भाव में दिए मतलब इट्स लाइक उन लोग ने कुछ लिया भी नहीं है दे सोल्ड इट एज पर किलोस
ओके
तो बट दे डिड इट बिकॉज उन्हें कुछ फ्यूचर दिखा नहीं एंड आई टेल यू वन थिंग दैट इंडिया में कंपेयर टू एनी अदर कंट्री आई बिलीव ये बिजनेसेस स्टार्ट करना थोड़ा इजी होता था बस उन्हें मतलब क्या उन्हें फोटो प्रिंटिंग मशीन्स चाहिए थे डेवलपिंग केमिकल्स चाहिए थे एंड ऑल दोज सिंपल लिटिल थिंग्स जो उन्हें चाहिए थे एंड उसके बाद दे स्टार्टेड द बिजनेस और सारी चीज़ें ऑटोमेटेड होती है ठीक है जैसे आई टेल यू प्रिंटिंग स्कैनिंग प्रोसेसिंग ये सारी चीज़ें मशीन्स करते थे अभी मशीन से करने में कुछ बुराई नहीं है बट ये लोग जो भी करते थे देवर मतलब मैन्युअली ट्रेन्ड विथ मशीन मुझे बस मैनुअल पता था मशीन का मैनुअल क्या है ठीक है अगर मशीन में प्रॉब्लम है कोई कुछ दे डिडंट हैव एनी क्रिएटिव साइड टू इट
गॉट इट
राइट और होते भी रहेंगे लोग ऑनेस्टली ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं होते भी रहेंगे बट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ देम ऐसे ही थे सो उस वजह से लोगों ने मतलब कुछ आगे सोचा नहीं इसके बारे में कुछ लोग
कर दिया
हाँ बंद कर दिया बेच दिया और अभी ये मतलब इन्वेस्टर्स एंड ये सारी चीजें तो अभी आई है वो लोग तो खुद के जेब से पैसे डाल के बिजनेस चलाते थे वैसे ही बिजनेसेस हुए मतलब इट्स लाइक
पहले तो कोडाक के तो रहते थे आई रिमेम्बर कोडाक के तो बहुत बड़े बड़े स्टोर्स रहते थे यू नो
बहुत कुछ होता था
like I remember like back in I was born and brought up in Nepal right so in Nepal also back then when we used to shoot films we would just go and drop it there next day we would get the prints in a small album ready and to
they were not like Kodak so it's like a certification ये सर्टिफिकेशन मिलता था कोडैक से मतलब कोडैक ऑडिट करेगा कोडैक सर्टिफाई करेगा उनको कोडैक के केमिस्ट्री होगी या फिर फूजी का केमिस्ट्री होगा ये सारी चीजें होती थी देवर ना कोडैक लैब्स और फूजी लैब्स उनपे ऐसा लिखते रहेंगे बट वो वैसे नहीं
था
ठीक है
100% नहीं था ऑफ कोर्स उनका सर्टिफिकेशन था दे वर गिविंग द मशीन्स की मशीनरी है आप लोग यूज करो जस्ट ऑफ कोर्स वही था
फॉर एग्जांपल E6 एंड स्लाइड प्रोसेसिंग इंडिया में कभी उतना था ही नहीं जितना मतलब बाकी के जगह पे था मेरे हिसाब से 2 या 3 मेजर लैब्स थे इंडिया में जो करते थे हाँ मतलब मैंने
आई नो मोस्ट ऑफ द बिग फोटोग्राफर्स आर डूइंग इट
हाँ तो वो बड़े लैब्स थे ना
only the professionals
हाँ
right
राइट
only the
मतलब
professional ones
जो नॉर्मल जैसे पीपल हु शूट फॉर फन family photos, they were all shooting negative.
Negatives only, yes.
Matlab, who were practicing it as a commercial part, because transparencies have always been expensive.
Yes, yes.
They were never cheap.
They were never cheap.
So following it, commercial part, practicing it as an art, ये सारे लोग करते थे. भाई इसके लैब्स भी प्रोफेशनल कम थे. कोडैक का क्यू लैब मेरे हिसाब से एक बैंगलोर में था, एक दिल्ली में था शायद.
और एक बॉम्बे में था.
आई डोंट नो वेयर इन बॉम्बे, बट रहेगा ही.
कोलकाता में भी था, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग.
सो ऐसे मेजर कंट्रीज में थे, मेजर सिटीज में थे, बाकी कहीं पे थे नहीं. So E6 was a different thing, because ये जो processors बने, if you see all these processors जो भी automatic process करते थे, they were all C41 processors. उस पे C41
उस टाइम केमिकल इंडिया में बनते थे सारे.
बनते थे.
अभी भी बनते हैं कि अभी तुम खुद
बनते हैं केमिकल इंडिया में, ऐसे नहीं कि नहीं बनते, बट मतलब कुछ कंपनीज है जो विथ ऑर्डर बनाते हैं. मतलब यू हैव टू गिव देम अ बिग ऑर्डर, वो बनाएंगे, देन यू पे फॉर द वेयर हाउसिंग.
सो पर्सन लाइक मी, आई डू C41. मैं तो अपना यूएस से मंगवाता हूँ. जब भी कोई जाता है तो मैं मंगवा देता हूँ. फिर इफ आई गो आई गेट इट. बट फॉर पर्सन लाइक मी, इफ आई वांट टू डेवलप, देन आई डोंट हैव एनी ऑप्शन in India. If I don't go to America and get these things, then what do you do?
See, there are some websites and there are some businesses who sell chemicals for consumer, मतलब consumer level पे they sell it. You can use them, but yeah, all the lab grade chemicals and all those stuff won't be available for you, at least if you want to buy minimum quantity.
Got it. Got it. So commercially अगर तुमको लेना तो you can take a big chunk.
Commercial kit, I guess, starts from like a 40-liter kit. So 40-liter kit for a one person will last 3-4 years.
3-4 years. वो तो खराब ही हो जाएगा डेवलप करे तो मेरा. Got it. Got it. And how, when you are developing, do you reuse your developer, or after every developing, what do you call, process, you throw it off?
See, it depends, because there are test strips. Okay, there are test strips that goes into the developer after every day in the morning. So we understand what is the chemical, what till which batch we can use the chemical.
100%.
So that helps us to understand. And obviously we count the number of films. We don't exhaust it for sure. We just
Maximum
throw it off.
20 films?
No. Then we can't use that much.
No?
I mean, to be very honest, these are consumer kits which Cinestil and all those companies sell. They will give you 25, 30,
21, not more than
21, 25 films in 1 liter kit.
Yes.
Whereas in our kit, we might just do 10.
Oh. You are recurring good amount of, what do you call, losses also then?
Loss, yeah, obviously loss. I mean, it is definitely a loss, but then there's no other option, because we can't really risk it, right? Because it's very risky to just get the data from the developer manufacturer and understand, oh, if he's saying 20 films we can do, then we should do. I don't feel that is really something a commercial lab should do.
होता है. I think when I also start my developer, for first 15 films, very good work. But after 15, thoda sa, I have to develop little extra. I have to keep pushing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So all those things count in. But yeah, I mean, it depends on a lot of factors, like the test strip which we run through in the morning. So after that, we know that, kitne batches ho sakte hai usme.
समझा.
So yeah.
Okay. So coming to the loss part, like I would also want to know कि you 100% have to make a lot of investment. Like I was asking you before also कि could you buy the old equipment from the other vendors who were, having a labs in India back then, but then you said कि they don't exist anymore. So now, right now you're also scanning, you're also enlarging it, you're printing it, and you're developing it. So where are you buying these machineries from? And if you're buying them, what kind of investment you're making at this point of time? What's going on here?
So these machines which I have bought, I am working on, are basically machines which I've invested over the years. They were not bought all together.
Of course.
Because what till now, even till now, like whatever we earn from the business, 50% of it goes into buying things, machines, buying any equipments, which will help us upgrade in some way. Like every month, this will happen because we are not someone who had like a sister company or a parent company investing into us and then building things. It was more of a business, which I feel that now it has started to turn into business because there is a volume of film. There is something that I can count on. But till now, like till 2024, it was still something where we were building a community. We were trying to make people aware about it.
You were doing a lot of workshops also during that time, if I
Yeah.
don't remember. If I remember, yes.
We used to do that.
Now you're not doing any workshops at this point.
I mean, I had a workshop planned in Ahmedabad. It was a slide film workshop, but then it didn't reach the amount of audience that we wanted to. So we have just postponed it. And there's also an event we are doing in the month of December. Gonna be a event for a lot of photographers, like where we'll have portfolio reviews, then movie screenings, print exchange, workshops, all those things.
Nice.
So this is happening, but we do it on like quarterly basis or whenever we find time. Because at the moment I am more busy building a sustainable community where I can help the medium sustain.
Okay. How many films do you develop in a day?
In a day,
Yeah.
um,
Or how many can you develop at this point of time?
develop, I guess my facility is sufficient enough to develop at least 60 to 70 films a day.
Oh, that's not bad.
With 60 to 70 films developed and 30-35 films scanned a day.
Okay, and everything is done by your people. You have set of
Yeah.
how many people are working with you right now,
We are 4 people in total.
and you're also working amongst them every.
Yeah, I mean, I do supervise. Even if there are some clients who still like things to be done from me, so I do it for them.
So then that's a special pricing or same costing?
I mean, I don't consider it as a special price, at least because it is the trust and relationship that I have built with them. So I can't really price that. So
Okay, and how about the losses? Do you have a lot of losses also?
I won't say a lot of losses, but there are miscellaneous costs. A lot of miscellaneous things happening because there has to be backup for everything.
100%.
Like if I have 4 machines running in my lab right now, I have 8 of them. 4 has more backup.
And what machines are you using right now?
I use Yobo processors.
Oh, so you have that. That's an expensive one, yeah.
Yeah, I have Jobo processors, and then there are
You also have the machine, the big machine I'm talking about, the motorized machine. Jobo wale.
yeah. I have eight of them. 8 Jobo processors.
So at one time you can do 8 process together.
नहीं मतलब 4 of them are running, 4 of them are for backup.
Okay.
So at one time on a Yobo I can process around 5 to 6 rolls.
Okay. And how about the water? You're using filter water or you're using the normal tap water?
No, I have the RO system inbuilt into the lab taps.
Nice. Damn good. These questions are very important because people they don't know what it takes. Right? People they just think यार ये developing इतने पैसे क्यों ले रहा है? I see your charge will be cheap.
हाँ मतलब if you see anywhere abroad it's double twice.
I know, right? Because I got my lot of my films developed in LA and New York, and I realized कि नहीं हो पाएगा ये रोज तो मैं नहीं कर सकता because it is an expensive thing, and also going in dropping the film and going and getting back the film plus the scanning, it would easily cost me $30 to $35 per film versus what you are charging is I think it's still 2,000 rupees if I have to do scan and develop or less.
It's what? It's 1,000 rupees.
Scan and
Scan
develop.
and develop.
So yeah, so that's $35 and 1,000 rupees. I think you are doing $10. not $10, $11, $12, and $35. Yeah. So it's still very cheap, and I feel that a lot of people still think that you're very expensive.
Yeah, a lot.
That's why I'm just
Like,
trying to.
I'll tell you very honestly, I have people. There were a couple of them who got in touch with me saying that why don't you just buy Noritsu Frontier scanner and provide us scans for 100 or 150 rupees. I got such pricing in Bangkok. No, sure, you will get a lot of things in Bangkok, but you're not in Bangkok.
We're in India.
Yeah, and
But does Bangkok charge that less?
Bangkok has those old commercial stores.
Oh, nice.
And in Malaysia and Singapore, there are a lot of warehouses जहाँ पे all this chemistry and is kept. So वहाँ से तो थाईलैंड में आना सब बहुत cheap है.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I thought even Bangkok was expensive because Japan was very expensive. Developing and scanning was pretty expensive in Japan. I did not think it was cheaper than America also. It was little expensive there. Okay, I did not know that Hong Kong might be cheaper, but okay. I still felt that you are reasonably priced. Maybe you're not cheap, but then you're not expensive also.
I mean, I don't believe getting repetitive clients is towards offering them lower pricing, because in any creative field, what matters is if they like it, they'll come back.
Yeah, they'll come back.
Whatever price it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Obviously, they will negotiate, but it has to be a mutual understanding.
100%.
क्या है. So you have to settle on something where it is not a loss for them and not a loss for me as well.
Very true.
And so yeah, so scans. I mean, some people do have unrealistic
Okay, demands.
So
What are demands like?
yeah, 100 or 150 rupees में scans. And I mean, some people still feel that it should be a community service kind of thing. So why?
But why? मतलब तुमको करने ही तुम्हारे को बीवी बच्चे नहीं है तो वो
Why should be a community service? I don't understand that part.
So no, I mean, yeah, you should build a community, but it cannot be a free service, right?
Exactly. It shouldn't be a free service because at the end, it's not just me who is doing the job. I have a team. I have to pay them. I have maintenance. And there are many other dreams that maybe I also have as a human being, right? So ये तो possible नहीं है कि everyone is gonna do a community service out of it. And it's okay. I mean, I don't expect. That's the reason I don't expect people to appreciate what exactly I do. Because at the end, they're paying for it. And if you do appreciate, I'm grateful about it. Just to appreciate it. If you don't, it's okay.
Got it.
But if I'm doing community service, then you have to appreciate it every day. You have to put my photo on the wall and just keep appreciating me.
Okay, got it. So, did you get Frontier then? Or not?
So, I mean, I put up a story on Instagram and WhatsApp saying that getting a Frontier.
Okay.
And so it was a Frontier plus mini lab printer.
Okay, wow.
And
how much did you spend?
It costed me around 11 lakh.
Oh, wow.
And it came to India in like 20-25 days. And so in India, what happened is the courier service changed. It wasn't through Blue Dart or DHL somewhere. It came from Korea, and in India, the service has changed, courier service. So the courier service can't bring it into the crate.
Okay.
So they had to open the crate, wrap the machine again, and then put it again into the truck.
Oh.
If it was a crate, it wouldn't have been the issue. But it came to me, and it was so huge. Like the machine was around 400 kgs.
It is a very heavy machine.
Yeah, and heavy plus lengthy. So it came to me, and once just I had a forklift there. Forklift was lifting it, and utna sufficient nahi tha. So the area of the machine was more than the forklift. And then it just broke the forklift, and the entire machine got... maybe I'll just share some images with you. You can put it on the podcast.
Okay. Holy shit, man. 11 lakh pura tuna.
I mean, whatever the scrap price I would get. If not,
But there's no ways we can repair it.
There are ways to repair it, but then I'll have to spend more money, which I can't.
For how much? Maybe 2 lakh, 3 lakh?
More. I am guessing. I don't know what has gone wrong inside. The plastic body
So
was.
do you still have the whole thing with you right now, or it's not with you now?
I have shipped it back.
To Korea.
Yeah, I have shipped it back. Even shipping costed around 60,000-70,000 rupees.
But why did you ship it back then?
Nothing would happen here.
But then you had to spend another 60,000-70,000 rupees to just ship it back and do.
To at least get my scrap cost.
Okay.
There will be some 2-3 lakh rupees cash, 2 lakh rupees scrap cost at least out of it.
Got it. So do you plan to buy another one or no?
I mean, I have planned. Just उतने guts नहीं है अभी.
खर्चा करने का इतना.
Not kharcha. And kharcha to it's business. You have to. It is just that I'll need to find something which comes easily. I can't again.
But tell me one thing: is Frontier better, or Noritsu better, or Flatley better, or what we do like shooting on with a camera? Out of these four, what do you think is the best quality?
See, many people would disagree, but I believe flatbed gives me the best quality.
The flatbed,
Yeah.
B700 types.
V850, V800 types gives me the best quality.
Seriously?
Yeah, because the
Rust आता है यार उसमें.
now that's what I'm saying. You need to know how to work on it.
Okay.
Okay. If you, they all have different usage. Okay. So Noritsu is a scanner which will give you quick files and also pretty decent files. Okay. मतलब pretty.
You can't expect a high res files.
I guess it's around 6,000 pixels max.
Yeah, it is 6,000 pixels max.
And that is also for 35 mm. So for 120 and everything, it just gets down.
Oh, is it?
That's how it works.
Okay.
Well, for 120, the resolution gets down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Frontier is something which will give you more, in today's life, we call it more trendy color.
Okay.
Like all those Fujifilm color which you get is what Frontier will give you. And camera scanning is a technique which will give you more latitude to work on. Because and even a faster turnaround time out of your.
Oh yeah, it saves so much time. Nothing like it, honestly.
But then flatbed is something which balances everything out. Flatbed will also give you files which are pretty decent with the resolution.
Okay.
Gives
you the right amount of this thing.
Yeah. Then it also gives you latitude if you are working on the colors and exposure. Depends on what softwares and all those you are using. For flatbed, there's Silverfast, which is the best software, I believe.
Yes, Silverfast is the best.
And yeah, I love flatbed. For some reason, I still scan my film over flatbed because I love the feel of it. And a lot of people maybe would disagree. A lot of people.
I will disagree. Yeah. I'm sitting right in front of you, bro. Initially, when I got into film developing and scanning, whatever, the best option what I found was V600 Epson. Picked it up. 20,000 में मिला था मेरे को उस time पे. I remember when I was selling it, I sold it for 25,000 rupees. I sold it recently, like few
The person who might see it.
He's in no. I told him the price, but then he was very happy because अभी तो तुमको मिलता ही नहीं इतने price में. You are not getting in that cost anyways. So it was a very great deal for him, right? I sold it because I was like कि क्या करूँ मैं इसको रख के मेरे को नहीं जमा करना है इतना सामान देगा. My only problem was एक तो every time you put a film, I got that snap one to keep my film straight. You had the magnetic ones. I invested my money on everything. Lomography setup, this, that, everything. Never could keep the film straight. It always used to go rotating. I also did that, one thing which I learned from my friend in New York. So basically, we would take a plastic sheet where we put a film inside and we would take what was the thing called? There was some water, some liquid which we would put on the film to make it like laminate the film. right? I forgot this
Full wet mounting.
wet mounting. So I did the wet mounting also. I did everything, but it was just tedious. I was wasting my time.
I understand it is tedious, but
For that, if you're in a lab, you are gonna enjoy it, right? Yeah. I was not enjoying it. I was like, मैं इतना अच्छा photo खींचे, let me just enjoy the process of it. So I hated it, but then I was doing it because there was no other option. And then in America, I was sitting and I was shooting a lot of films and I had to develop them on my own and I wanted to also scan them. And scanning and developing got very expensive. And that's when I bought myself this Chinese setup for like $70-$80 and that just changed everything for me. I'm like going back home and sell that V600 because dust निकालना है, फिल्म को स्ट्रेट करना है, उसको सुखाना है, ये करना है, वो करना है, सब खत्म. ना मेरे को फिल्म को काटना है ना कुछ करना है, रोल को सीधा फट 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 शॉट लिया, get done with it. So this is me as a non-lab person, a home photographer who's doing this all at his home studio and is figuring it out. I mean, and also the thing is, I feel that the picture quality is much better on a camera. Is what I feel. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
See, with the Epson flatbed, the problem is it doesn't have manual focus or autofocus.
Yes, it doesn't.
With every format, if you see, there are steps on the holder. With every format, you need to fine tune that step and understand where it is focusing. Once it focuses, it's stack sharp. And that sharpness you can never gain over a digital camera is because first thing, what happens with the digital camera is you are shooting it through a backlit light,
Yes.
a backlit transparency or negative, and then inverting it. So, पहली बात तो a camera was not supposed to be a backlit thing. ठीक है, मतलब उस backlit में उसमें grains आएंगे, whatever you do. And the shutter speed you shoot on is roughly around 1/30. If it was a flash, then for sure, बहुत अच्छा होता.
So do you think we should add a flash?
Yeah,
and take a picture?
flash tube scanning is the best way.
वो करो next में.
Try flash
Just
tube
create
scanning.
a setup of that. Probably I
Yeah.
should. Yeah.
Flash tube scanning is best.
Do you do it? Do you have something of that?
Yeah, I used to do flash tube scanning pehle.
Okay.
I also had there's a thing called Bhavan's Illumitron.
Okay.
So Bhavan's Illumitron, I tried it. It is basically a machine which has a flash tube and then it has a diffusion panel where you can put your negative and it also has a copy stand attached. So it's a compact system. It was used to duplicate slides.
So is it good for slides or is it good for negative films?
Both. It is good for anything. It is well calibrated because it was used to duplicate film through film.
Got it. Got it.
So for digital, it is more nice.
Do you think we actually had it earlier in India, drum scanner? Did we have it?
Yes, they were in India for sure. I am not. I don't know the vendors, but there were drum scanners in India for sure.
Okay.
I don't know where they have gone, but I mean, drum scanning is beautiful.
It is 100%. I've just seen it online. Haven't ever gotten myself a drum scan done, but I would love to.
No, drum scanning is beautiful.
Okay.
I mean, no doubts about it. But it is also something that do you really need it or not?
Yeah, of course.
If your usage is just online
Then
or making prints up to around 20 inches or 16 inches, doesn't make sense. Because
but I think they used it back then just for the hoarding work only.
it was used for pre-press.
Pre-press.
Like all these scanners were pre-press scanners. So they were used for
So
those.
do you plan to do that ever in your this thing? I mean, in your career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would love to. I am in touch with someone who can bring a drum scanner for me. But again, like I still have to build enough professional photographers community, or I still have to make them understand the importance of the medium, so that and also trust the medium, so they can actually work on it more, and maybe then it is possible.
But drum scanning is good if you're shooting anything beyond 4x5, I feel. If you're doing 120 also drum scanning, does it make
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Even I'll tell you one thing. For not 35 negatives, but 35 slides. I feel only drum scanner or a Creo. There are high end flatbed scanners which on paper surpasses the quality of drum scanner as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so
Which one is that?
they are Kodak Creo scanners.
Do we have them in market? No.
No, they don't. They are not in market. They are somewhere
On eBay.
or not on even eBay.
Okay.
Because they are all refurbished scanner.
Rare piece to find. Okay.
So that they are somewhere, but they are more what do I say, complicated than drum scanner.
100% they are. Even drum scanning is very complicated and it's a very tedious process if you see.
Drum scanner is complicated, but if you speak to any technician who services drum scanner or who works on drum scanner, there are very few parts that go wrong. So you don't have to stock on all the parts.
True. But is drum scanning also very much similar to wet scanning? I mean, you have to, and you have to around on, okay, you have to do wet mount. So, wet mounting basically is a process which is a mix of drum scan and flat lay scan.
No. Which one? Drum scanning.
No, I'm talking about the wet mounting, what we do right now. It is a half process, is like a drum scanning process.
See, I'll tell you why wet mounting is used. Wet mounting is used to reduce dust because you're wet mounting the film and extreme flatness. So on drum, it's the same thing. It reduces the dust and it is completely flat on the.
But in drum scan, it is a curve.
Yeah.
Right. So we actually curve the whole things. So how is that different from a flat lay? Like, do we get any extra precision on that? What is it? Drum scanning.
See, I am not so sure about the technical part of it, but from what I have initially read about, drum scanners, um, it doesn't scan pixel to pixel or something. It is basically transferring light data.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's something like, it is light getting transferred from your film to as a data on your computer. Yeah, it is like that. So that's the reason it's like it rotates,
And
on
drum scan
certain
has
RPM.
specific computers, or we can use
Yeah,
it?
they work on specific
Like Frontier and Lawrence have a specific computer.
They also work on like certain Windows or Mac, mostly on Mac. Drum scanners mostly run on Mac,
Okay.
but the older version of Mac.
This is a very interesting process because I've seen it online and it just blows my mind just to see the process of
Yeah, I mean, see, that's
drum
what I'm saying.
scanning.
Even like I have read about a drum scanner technical part around 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, and from all those things, what I remember is there was something mentioned where drum scanner is not just transferring pixels from a CCD sensor. It is more about transferring light falling onto your film and getting the data to your computer. It is something like that. So it is more of a very so the shadow details on the drum scanner are unreal.
I've just seen it online, so I mean, and I've only heard people talking about it. It's not like I've felt how the drum scan looks like in real. So, and not even that I've seen a file of drum scan. So I can't tell you what exactly it feels like to show.
I mean, like the kind of project as a photographer I'm working on, my plan is to make Sibachrome prints of my slides.
So what is Shivakum print?
Sibachrome Ilfochrome was a process which I guess got discontinued in 2012. And it was the only printing process which had dyes on the paper, in the paper embedded color, and the only process where you could print your slides, or else slide printing wasn't possible. And it is the vibrant colors and extreme sharpness, the 100% output of your slide can only happen on the Cibachrome.
Nice.
And now, I mean, I am planning, if everything goes well with the project, I am planning to do Cibachrome because there is someone in US who does Cibachrome prints, and I, it is considered as he is the last standing printer for Cibachrome till the time he has stock.
Okay.
Because this person has collected stock from the Cibachrome vendor around 10 years or 12 years ago and then cold stored it completely. I'm working on it. So till the time it lasts, he would do it. But yeah, so like, but the drum scanning part comes in for me where I'm planning to uh, scan it and make an LVT on Ektachrome so I can print it from the LVT because that's what.
And what is LBD? Just for the viewers to understand.
So LVT recorder is a machine which, if you see all these big filmmakers like Nolan and all those people use to digitize their film
The film.
and then print it on a what do you call it?
Film again.
Yeah, but that film is called something. I heard it from a film.
It's an empty roll which we printed on again.
But it depends. So that film is different.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it is different. So it's basically a film that is supposed to print that kind of part which can be projected. And then, but what I am planning to print is LVT on a Ektachrome.
Okay.
So because that will help me print the Cibachrome. So that's where drum scanner comes in for me because the generation loss will be zero. Because whenever you're scanning the film, you will lose one generation for sure.
While we are talking about drum scanning, I also wanted to talk about the archives. How do you archive your film? How do you keep your film before shooting? Where do you keep them? Do you store them in the fridge or do you store them just outside anywhere? Do you have to maintain a temperature? And after you're done finishing exposing your films, where do you keep them again? Do you store it in the fridge before you send it to the developer, or do you keep it in a normal dry cabinet? And all the things. What is the safeguards for a photographer to keep their films safe? How do you do it? What is the process like?
First, never keep your film in dry cabinet.
Okay.
That is never the way you store it because I have seen people sending me films where they have kept the film in the dry cabinet for 6 months and then sending it to me and realizing that, oh, it was in dry cabinet. Why did it turn out like this?
Okay.
And I said, dry cabinet will make your film more warm and dry. That is not what is supposed to be the temperature and all those things for your film.
Okay.
Because treat emulsion like food. Because it will go bad if it's not in a cold condition.
So even after you're done processing, keep it back in the fridge.
After processing, after shooting.
After shooting, so after exposing.
Yeah, after exposing, keep it in the fridge if you're not gonna develop it for a while. Just keep it in the fridge in a good plastic bag or anything which is not gonna get the moisture into it. Because fridge is not a dry place. It will have moisture, but if you put it in a plastic bag or something, it will keep it dry and cold. Which is what you want to keep your film safe.
Okay.
And if you do follow this, there is nothing that could go wrong with it.
Good, but don't keep it in the dry cabinet for sure.
Never.
Never.
Even even your camera bodies, don't keep your camera body in the dry cabinet. It's not needed.
Your film cameras?
Any camera, film cameras, mostly if it has leathers. Leather and dry condition doesn't go together.
No, I have to keep it because मेरा तो सब में वो fungus लग जाता है.
But lenses is fine. Lenses should be in the cabinet because that is having glass and all those stuff. But maybe not the cameras every time in the cabinet.
Okay.
Because I have faced such issues where the leather of my Hasselblad has started to peel off.
Oh, yeah. I keep all my cameras and everything in the dry cabinet, only all my film cameras. Because what happened was during the COVID, all my gear had fungus. Everything, anything and everything. Each one of them they had fungus, and like I had a lot of losses also. And that's when I picked up myself a dry cabinet, because then I was like, okay, I have to keep everything in the dry cabinet. Just because of that one reason. Because also my house is very close to the ocean. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, see, रखना चाहिए. It is not like कि नहीं रखना चाहिए. But if your camera is having a lot of leather, like maybe an FM2 or Hasselblad, which an RB is fine, उसके leather निकलने नहीं वाले. But Hasselblad and FM2 and all those cameras have leather जिनके leather peel off हो सकते हैं. तो धीरे धीरे ड्राई कंडीशन की वजह से जो ग्लू रहेगा अंदर वो और ड्राई होते जाएगा.
Okay, समझा मैं. And then got it. Makes sense. Okay, I did not know that. Thanks. Good one. कुछ नया सीखने को मिला. And also, before, since let's say you bought yourself a film, and then expiry is within a year or so. That 1 year, if I keep the film outside the fridge, is fine.
Not really. Not really. In the conditions we are in India, not really.
Always keep in the fridge.
Yeah, keep it in the fridge, or maybe if you don't have a fridge, which is a very rare condition, but if you don't have a fridge,
मटकी में डाल दो.
I mean, no, there is no other way. If you don't have a fridge, you won't have an AC also. So,
So, how did you think of starting something of that sort? कि जहाँ पर Kepler you invented a new brand called Kepler 100, 400 and 800, if I'm not wrong. You're also doing slide films. And why did you start that? And how did you get those films? Where do you get those roles from? And what is the process like for that? Like, what's that business strategy?
so to start, I think the only reason we started was we wanted an end-to-end solution where people buy films, develop them from us, and everything happens from us. And that's where we thought that importing film is gonna be difficult. It's gonna go costly for a lot of people.
It is already very costly, yes.
So then we figured things online about reschool films, that Kodak's motion picture stock comes in a bulk, and then you could respool it, how to respool, what are those calculations and all those stuff. Then we thought, so we first started with black and white films. And with black and white films, we had an idea that we don't want to sell them as what they are, and not hiding any brand or something. If someone asks us, we tell them what brand is it. And but we wanted to sell it with different character.
So you got your own brand name.
Yeah, and character as in, like for example, we sell a 400 ISO film for 1000 ISO. That makes the film have its own character at a certain speed. We figure the developer, which developer goes best with it, and then we process it accordingly.
But then only if we give it back to you.
No, we also have like a PDF and all those stuff if someone else is doing it. So that is never a problem.
Money for
that is never a problem.
Nice.
Then after that, we did the same. We had same idea about color. That's when we figured that Kodak motion picture stocks and all those stuff. So for color, we just initially thought that a lot of labs or even people who process films in their house, like you did it in C41, not everybody has access to ECN to develop. A lot of people have access to C41.
C41.
Creating a pre-remjet removal bath isn't difficult. That is possible.
Yes.
But having access to ECN to developer isn't possible for everyone. So we just thought that let's make it film. Let's give the film a character where it can be developed in C41 as well with a pre-remjet removal bath, and it won't affect the exposure latitude also.
Got it.
So whatever films we sell, that we tested it at different ISO. And then, for example, a 250 or 200 ISO film was shot at 400. Shooting it one stop underexposed and processing it in C41 gives it very much better contrast.
It does.
And all those stuff were going together.
I know I've really enjoyed shooting on Kepler. Only thing was, firstly, when I did not know that it had Ramjet, and I did not even know about the Ramjet. And then later on, I learned from you. You once you told me about it that you have to clean it. Then I learned about it and I created a Ramjet cleaner also. And after that, it has been easy. But even though I do it, sometimes you know what, it just creates some scratches on my films, and then that's nothing what I can do about it. That scratches has to.
So now all this pain has gone away.
Yeah, they have removed the Ramjet.
Yeah. So now there's Kodak AHU
Are
emulsion.
you doing those things right now or no?
Yeah, we have started selling it from today.
Oh, nice. So you know now.
Yeah, so now you can actually buy Kemla
Develop on
800.
C41.
Yeah, just
Yeah, buddy.
develop it anytime, anywhere in C41. It doesn't affect anything.
And how much is the film right now? What is
The
it?
cost same. It is around 700 plus GST.
Okay.
The cost remains same. The cost isn't changed. But yeah, I mean, it's a very good thing. I mean, somewhere Kodak wanted respoolers to go down. Like they didn't want people to actually sell film respooling their motion picture stock.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was not causing damage to Kodak, because Kodak at the end needs to do business. It was causing damage more to Cinestil, which is a company they help a lot. I mean, Cinestil has a big production under Kodak.
Yes.
So it was causing damage to Cinestil as well. People are considering the same 500T, which is, I mean, Cinestil has the same 800, which is which has the same character of Kodak's 500T. It's just that it has halation. Yeah, it is the same thing. It has halation and a little different character.
Okay.
But although 500T and 800 has this same color palette, almost same color palette. So yeah, I mean, so Kodak came up with a complete new emulsion, I guess, which was the AHU emulsion without Remjet,
Without MJ.
and it works beautiful. Like with the
Color
water,
color
there is no
difference
difference.
at all.
The best thing is that it doesn't catches dust at all.
Wow, that's a safe.
The anti-static layer which they have is best. It
Nice.
doesn't. You blow off the dust and it doesn't catches it again.
Damn good.
So yeah, so now I mean Kepler films all come with the same ISO, but without Remjet. So you don't. If you give it to any lab, it is not a problem.
Killer man, that's very nice. Because like many good labs, they don't take a film which has a remjet layer.
Because they do it in the machine, and also it's a tedious process. It is not, even if you master it or do anything, there will be some film that would go wrong because it's a complete manual process. Unless and until you are having big machines, it's a complete manual process.
Okay, so now we are towards the end, and this is the last segment where I want to understand the culture of film photography. And like you see a lot of hashtags, saying film is not dead and it died, and then we revived it back within like 5-6 years. I don't think it took more than that. I think 2010 तक खत्म हुआ और 2016-15 तक शायद से फिर से revert back भी हो गया था. So what do you have to say about that? Like how this film coming back, and what why do all the digital cameras also now, like if you see Fujifilm also, they have all their film simulations in their cameras, right? And they also reinvented their half and half camera, and a lot of brands are coming back with their film cameras. Like one or two brands have already come back with their film cameras, and Ilford is making film cameras, those point and shoot ones using throw, and Kodak is making their own something or the other, and then a lot of other brands side by side, they are trying to create something or the other. Even Sony, for that matter of fact, have started adding film emulations. So why is this coming back? What is the need?
Is the need is always it's a niche market. And like I said, in any art form, there will be a certain category of people who will always lean towards a niche medium. And it is because a lot of people think that this medium would help them create something special, or it would help them to concentrate on the process. And all those things help to, get people more into it. And the I think the major part companies played into this film revival was also companies who were making large format cameras.
Come again, I didn't get it.
So the major part which a lot of companies played while for getting the film back was also companies who were making large format cameras.
Okay.
Like there were Intrepid cameras, Cambo, then Arca Swiss, um, Chamonix, and couple of more like Ghibellini cameras, and there are a couple of more who are, and there were many um who were making cameras into a small manufacturing unit.
Okay.
With large format camera is more about technical part, and it is not a camera which will need some sort of automatic mechanism or all those things. It doesn't need. It is a proper mechanical camera, and it helped a lot of people to understand the nature of film, because being a big medium of shooting something taking more time. So large format, I believe large format has played much more role than any other company to get the film back for serious shooters, like people who are photographing anything very seriously. Else, I guess all these markets about Rolly point and shoot, then this lomography new camera, Kodak, all these cameras are majorly for people who are hobbyists.
Okay.
And who are doing it for fun. So it's better. I mean,
Point and shoot one.
yeah,
Money.
revival is revival anyway. It's better.
It's good.
Yeah, but for photographers who are very serious, large format has been a medium, and I think it helped a lot of photographers. Even I would tell you that there are many photographers who picked the large format cameras in around 2016, 17. And even like you have like 100, 150, 200 megapixel cameras today, they still stick to 8 by 10 and 4 by 5 and all those cameras, because it somehow disconnects them to from the entire chaotic situation around them, and it also helps them to create something that means something to them, rather than just listening to things around and what people are creating, comparing things. It just helps them to be with themselves, because it demands, like I said, there are some mediums which will demand some sort of precision and concentration while creating, and large format is a medium which if you don't pay attention, there are many things that could go wrong.
True. And large format is the just for the viewers what they're watching, right? So large format is larger than 4 by 5 or
Large format is anything larger than 120 film.
120 film is
Yeah, so sheet film is large format.
so the 4 by 5 is like what?
Yeah, 4 by 5, 8 by 10. Then there comes ultra large format, which is bigger than 8 by 10.
Okay.
There are people who also shoot ultra large formats. There are many. I mean, uh, if you explore this medium as an artist, there are many things that you would get to know, and you would be shocked that these are still things happening. Like, for example, there's a photographer called Christopher Burkett. So I told you about the process, Cibachrome.
Yeah.
So Christopher Burkett, I guess is some 70, 75-year-old man, and he only does Cibachrome printing and shoots only slides, 8 by 10 slides. And so he has collected a stock of 10 to 15 years of Cibachrome paper and chemistry, and stored it. There's an online video from BBC Worldwide, I guess, about the Christopher Burkett process. And he's extremely emotional about it. Like what he said, that there would be one day that these papers and prints would be gone and I will have to hang up my camera. So there are people, and the images that he creates are just exceptional. Like he is not someone I would say that lean towards the storytelling part of today's generation, where people believe more in storytelling as a photographer than creating masterpieces. He's more of a person who creates masterpiece every photo. Like, he is someone who believes in taking photo of something as a master rather than creating, storylines and all those stuff. And he's phenomenal. Christopher Burkett is phenomenal. Like, so, like, people like him um helps me believe in the medium a lot.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed. All right, then. Thank you so much, guys. It was a great conversation with Yash today. And we hope you have learned something very different, because I learned a lot from this guy today. And it was very interesting conversation where he told us a lot of things, what is going on behind the scenes for him and what he's planned to do, and few ideas here and there. So keep watching our show and we'll come back soon. Thank you so much.